In this video, I'm going to show you a few strategies that the Antichrist is going to use in order to deceive the whole entire world. And we're going to start right now. Now, if you are new to this channel, my name is Mike. This is Aim High with Mike and Emma. Make sure that you subscribe right now. Hit the notification bell as well in order to get notified when we post a new video. This channel is geared towards helping the new believer, the struggling believer, and those who do not know God, who desire to know God, to actually grow in their knowledge, grow in their faith, grow in their walk with the Lord. Subscribing and liking this channel actually helps promote and push and advance this ministry to the glory of God. Now, as I mentioned, we are going to talk about those particular things that the Antichrist is going to do that is going to actually work and deceive many people. In Revelation chapter 13 verses 3 to 4, it says this: "And I saw one of his heads as if it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wandered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him?" So what we see here is that there is actually something called the false resurrection. And that is something that the Antichrist is going to actually perform. At least it will seem as if he has risen from this deadly wound that he's going to receive. Now what we see here is, as Jesus had died on the cross, as he was ascended on high, as he is ascended, he will draw all men to him. In the same way, the Antichrist is going to actually draw all men to him by performing a miracle that's not really a miracle, but basically manipulating the people in believing that he has risen and performed that same miracle himself. And the world will be in astonishment. And the dragon, which is Satan, is going to actually give this Antichrist that power in order to establish something that seems real to the naked eye, but is really not authentic in any way, shape, or form. Now, as we keep our reading going in Revelations chapter 13, there will be many signs and wonders being performed. And these signs and wonders that are being performed are going to be performed primarily by the false prophet, who is actually the second beast in Revelations chapter 13. And I believe that it's not only he who's going to be speaking and teaching things that are false and performing false wonders and signs, but actually there's going to be a legion of these false servants who are going to aid in deceiving the nations into believing a lie. Revelation chapter 13 verses 13 to 14 says this: "And he does great wonders, so that he makes fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceives them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live." So what we see here is that, remember, as I said, the beast was wounded by a sword, right? And he lived. Well, he did live. He was wounded, but the Bible says that it was a deadly wound. And I believe that this is an attempt to show the people that he has actually risen from the dead, and in that deceive the people. And not only that, what the devil usually does is he will not stop at one particular tactic, but he will use that which is working, and he will continue to work upon that. So furthermore, the false prophet now uses signs and wonders in order that people could believe him. And in believing the false prophet now draws more attention to the beast, to the worship of the beast. And these are the things that men are looking for. We are all looking for a miracle. We're all looking for something new and fresh and vibrant. And this is what's going to happen. And the next time this world experiences certain levels and degrees of the miraculous works is going to be at the hands of the Antichrist. And the Antichrist and the false prophet are going to win the world over. So what we see in this text is the world is going to be deceived. Men are going to run to and fro and pay legions and homage to the Antichrist and to the false prophet? The answer is no. When we actually read in the book of Exodus, what we would find is, as Moses was performing a variety of signs in the house of Pharaoh, when he was declaring to Pharaoh to let my people go, Pharaoh had false prophets who were basically taking that which God was doing through Moses and basically replicating what God was doing, making themselves to seem powerful and awesome and strong and vibrant and on the same stratosphere as God is. And these are old tactics that are not necessarily old tactics, they're just the ways of the enemy. It's the same spirit that worketh in the sons of disobedience. This is the same spirit that worketh in the times of Noah, in the times of Moses. And this is the same spirit that's going to be working within the Antichrist. And as I just read to you all in Revelation chapter 13, it makes mention of the fact that the world is going to actually see what is actually happening. We live in the technology age where in Bible times, to be completely honest, it was impossible for this particular prophecy to be fulfilled because all eyes will not have been set on this. Now, there is coming a time where, and actually we now are in, where the whole world is able to see one event at one particular moment in one particular time, and nobody will be in a place where they will not be able to be exposed to what the workings of the Antichrist actually is going to be because of technology, believe it or not. And this is the first time in history where we actually have that ability now to see one particular event in one moment, and the Antichrist is going to use it to his advantage in order to bring the world to him. Another thing that the Antichrist is going to do in order to win the world, he's going to reproduce humanity. You heard me. He's going to create a superhuman. Revelation chapter 13 verses 15 says this, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. This is actually the working of, yes, the Antichrist, but it's actually the false prophet that's going to create this image, and he is going to grant power to this image to basically speak and breathe and be human. And this has much to do with obviously technological advancements, but this is something that we will not have witnessed before. Just imagine that. And through this method, the Antichrist is going to destroy those who, for whatever reason, after doing all of that which he had already done, who has chosen to refuse to worship. This is going to be one of his methods to squeeze them into submission. Now, he will basically usher in the new world order, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So this is ultimately the goal of the Antichrist, to create a new world order, one world government, one world worship, one world currency, globalization, to the degree where Christ is absent. And he's going to use deceptive schemes and methods and things that basically Christ has already done. He's going to reproduce that in the eyes of all men, and in that deceive all nations. But once again, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.